a mess, big mess. I didn't realize how big of a mess it was until I started talking about it. So yeah, a friend of mine, I was on Facebook and I was posting, does anyone have any houses for rent for 2 people? Or is anyone renting a room that would hold 2 people for me and my daughter? And a friend of mine said, you have to reach out to Melissa. I've known her for a long time. Just reach out, she'll be able to help you. And you quickly responded. And then we had our little Zoom call and all that stuff. But when we started the Zoom call and you and Susan were talking to me, I didn't think I realized how big of a mess it was until I actually started talking. But just toxic and man, yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, I didn't have it together at all, and I was alone, and I didn't have support, and I got that just even in that short little Zoom call where we were all crying, all of us, pretty much the entire time. But yeah, red flag central. That's what I was in relationship-wise. Growing up, didn't really have great views of what a relationship would look like, or even really healthy friendships, to be honest. So I guess I was just drawn and perpetuated that unhealthy type of lifestyle and view of relationships. And it was messy because, man, always putting myself last. And although my daughter was awesome and I loved her very much, there was definitely a disconnect with how good I was as a mother, and my relationship with her father. It was very bad. He struggled with addiction issues, and that's definitely a messy thing if anyone's ever been in that situation. So you always feel like you're coming second to something no matter what, and then you feel for your child because they're coming third or fourth or last. So it just wasn't, the typical family, happy-go-lucky. There was a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of people didn't know about. And trying to hold that together and have that facade that everything was fine, that got messy as well. I just wanted something that I didn't have, and things had gotten so bad that I, as you know, had struggled with the thought of, ending my life several times, and just feeling of worthlessness, and like I just was never good enough because of what I saw growing up and with what I experienced with him. But man, that really just kind of, that wall that I had built up, I haven't done everything since I was a little kid by myself. My mom died when I was little, my dad wasn't involved, and I was in all kinds of horrible, toxic relationships leading up to this one. So I didn't really have no accountability, none of that stuff, so no structure. But I definitely had a big wall built up because I thought I could handle it all, and I thought I had it under control, but I didn't. So yeah. It was a mess. Didn't realize how bad it was until I verbally started telling you guys, and I was like, oh my goodness, wow, this is embarrassing. And you always said no judgment. It's in the judgment-free zone, and I still felt bad about it, but you guys quickly made me realize I wasn't alone. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. So I think I don't know if I'm a little bit older than some of the moms. I know some of them are a little bit younger. I feel like I may be about 5 years older than the average mom, maybe. I think a lot of them were really turned off by the journal entries and the classes that you have to take and that stuff, but I loved it, which is a little bit different. I mean, obviously taking the time to do something, when you're really busy, you're a mom and you're working, sitting down and doing a journal entry was not, top of your list, but I always made the time to do it. And you give us what we need, you give us the tools, but you leave it up to us to utilize the tools. Obviously that there are requirements and you have to fulfill those requirements, but you push us to a certain point, but then it's up to us to follow through with that. And I will say I am proud of myself for always following through with those things. I think I maybe missed something one time, maybe 2 times, but it carried on into other aspects of my life. So taking the time to do the things that you gave us to do made me stop to do the things that I normally wouldn't have stopped to do. So for instance, the journal entries, that made me realize, oh, I can take 30 minutes out of my day to do something productive that's not sitting on my phone playing solitaire or scrolling through Facebook. So all of the things that I feel like really brought structure into my life that I have now started with Life Hope teaching me those things, because I didn't have them growing up. The self-help books, online courses, stuff that I took for like self-help, codependency issues, communication, help with anxiety, all that stuff didn't start, and I didn't even think about doing it until I realized I had 30 minutes a day to do something. So growing up, not super duper wealthy, I guess we'll say. So we were all aboard the struggle bus forever. That was our life. So definitely perpetuated that as an adult as well, and wasn't taught to, I mean, my mom passed away when I was 13, so I didn't really get a whole lot of financial advice from her, and it was a mess after she passed away. So there was a lot of loose ends, and I don't think people really realized how bad off we were financially until that happened. You know, never went on vacations, never got to do anything fun. We didn't go out to eat. McDonald's was a treat. So the faith and finance class changed my life. As you know, by going through my bank statements, definitely wasn't, you know, prioritizing things, you know, eating out a lot, all that stuff, but going through and itemizing all of the, you know, my expenses. We would separate it: fast food, gas, groceries, clothing, all that stuff. I didn't realize how much money I was wasting on things, or subscriptions. With the faith and finance class and the budgeting tools, that was probably one of my favorites, but one of the most influential and beneficial classes that we had. So definitely had a lot of, you had to take a lot of responsibility, and really had to, it was vulnerability, because you're in the class and you know, you have people around you and you don't want them to think bad about you, but it always felt like a very safe environment no matter what class we were in. And I remember you and Susan, everyone that was, you know, in charge of the class saying, no judgment, this stays in the classroom, don't feel bad about it. And then once I kind of realized, like, oh, okay, this is cool, I can talk about this stuff. But the faith and finance class taught me how to budget. I have a no-touch fund, I have an emergency fund, and I never had that. And I mean, I'm 35 years old, so for the first time in my life, I have that. So that's great. Meal prepping, that was really cool to learn about. Well, the Bible studies too. I've never thought I would be the person to go to a Bible study, but those were really, really awesome too. And it was cool because we were some of the younger moms in those, so we got a lot of wisdom from some of the other ladies. Take it seriously, and recognize what an amazing opportunity you have, because my goodness, not about the free childcare. That's great. That's awesome, especially if you're struggling single mom. It is amazing, but that is like the icing on the cake. It's take it seriously, because you can grow. So the self-growth that I experienced I can't even explain the self-growth that I've experienced in the program, and I want other people to do that too. And I feel like over the years, I've kind of encouraged other moms to not, you have to take it seriously and don't give up, because you may not want to do that, you know, the paper, the assignment, or the activity that was given to you that week that takes 30 minutes for the entire week. It's 30 minutes out of your entire week. Sit down and do it, because it's so thought-provoking, and you go inside of your head in a different way than you usually do. And do the journal entries because they will help you so much, looking inside yourself and just appreciate what you have going into the program, you're not going to get anything else like that. It doesn't exist in the world. It really doesn't. So I would just say, do the work, put the work in, and just be thankful and grateful to God that you have this opportunity. It's amazing. Just that I'm thankful.